Thank you. Why should I select you as NDP leader? How does your policy differ?
Okay, well, I think first off, it's important to acknowledge that the other candidates are really awesome. They're actually great people. And they actually care a lot about issues that I care about as well. So you wouldn't be in a bad position to choose any of the other 3 candidates. They're all good people. No, they're all cool. What I bring to the table, I have a lot of policies that I'm really proud of. We talk about the fact that seniors in Canada are living in poverty right now, and we have a policy to lift seniors out of poverty, which I think is amazing. Tackling climate change is one of the biggest issues of our generation, and I have a really strong policy on how we can tackle climate change, how we need to reduce our emissions. That's the main target. We need to transition away from not sustainable economies. So right now we focus on just resource extraction, so taking things out of the earth and then selling it. There's a limit to that. There's a limit to how much is actually in the earth, but there's also a limit to that technology. A lot of that technology is outdated. It's not going to be the technology of the future. We know that people are moving towards electricity and electrification. Electric cars is a real thing. So there's going to be less and less of demand of certain resources like fossil fuels, for example. So we need to transition people into jobs that are sustainable, that are long lasting. So I have a policy around investing in those communities that rely on these jobs and giving them supports to move into a more sustainable economy. So relying on green energy and building up solar, wind, and other forms of energy that don't actually hurt the earth, that actually allow us to harness the power of the earth in a way that's working with the environment as opposed to working against it. Right? The coolest thing though, I think, is that the type of leadership that I really believe in is the one where you celebrate the team, where it's not just about me, it's about all the amazing people around me, all the volunteers.
The volunteers are amazing.
All the teammates, and even my colleagues. I've received the most endorsements of any other candidate, and I think a part of that is because I really believe in celebrating what everyone has to offer, their unique experiences, expertise, and a leader's job should be to bring them up and to give them a platform to talk about those issues. And I'm, I think, in the best position to inspire new people to join the party and join this movement so that we can actually implement these values that will make people's lives better.
I remember when we first were running,
Totally, I always say we too. It's not just me.
It's a community.
It's a community, and it's never about one person. Like a leader can do nothing on their own. You're in so many of our videos.
I know, I am.
There's actually
no eyebrows.
Here, check these cool videos out.
Check out these videos. If he does win, what are the changes you will be making?
Yeah, I would say 4 quick pillars that I believe in. So inequality, there's too much inequality in our society. It's growing. Income inequality, affording a house. I want to tackle reconciliation. So truly actually making sure that we confront the legacy of genocide with respect to Indigenous peoples and how we can move forward in a way that's just and that ensures that people who've been mistreated receive justice they deserve. Climate change is a big piece that I talked about. And then electoral reform, which is about how do we make our democracy, our election system more fair so that people's voice is actually reflected in Ottawa. So those are the 4 pillars.